Well, I mean, at the start we said we lost every single individual duel.
Yeah, well, that's why we saw what happened at half-time. Al, when you see a team come out and they're out there 3-4 minutes before the other team, the managers told them to get out and put it right. You know, now he's come out and he's been very honest, and he's right to be, because, you know, he's right. It's in their hands to do it, but they couldn't do it for whatever reason. You know, we can blame it on the youth. We could blame it on just players not turning up, because that's what happened in the last couple of games, especially today. The players didn't turn up today. And Newcastle, you come to a Newcastle team, like we mentioned at the start, nothing really to play for. They're safe. It's going to be a vibrant atmosphere, and you have to compete. You can't play like that. And even if you are under pressure, you've got to still try and play your game to then put Newcastle on the back foot, like I've mentioned. It didn't happen. And again, what it showed me is that we're not ready for fourth. We're not ready for fourth because we've got to a stage in the season where we could have made it happen for ourselves, but we haven't got maybe the experience or the quality in the team to see it over the line. And that is what Mikel will probably be working on in the summer.
I think what surprised me with the Arsenal team is that on the back of such a poor performance against Tottenham, what you want and need is you need a game straight away to say, OK, we want to get that out of our system. Now, everyone all knew what the atmosphere was going to be like at St James's Park tonight. So those players should have known, and Mikel Arteta would have known. So I was really surprised that it looked as if it caught them by surprise. It looked as if they were like rabbit in the headlights. They didn't know what hit them. We all knew what was going to come. We all knew and expected Newcastle to go after Arsenal right from the off, because we said that. That's what the Newcastle fans demand. You have to do that. And Arsenal couldn't cope with that. They couldn't cope with being put under pressure. And that was the surprising thing for me. They never laid a glove on Newcastle over 95 minutes at all. We expected them to have their moment in the game. And I said that if they keep it 0-0 for the first half or even the first 20 minutes, and that's first job done. And it was. So we were expecting some kind of reaction in the second half, and it never happened at all. In fact, they got worse. Newcastle got better. They put them under more pressure, I said, because shooting down the hill towards the Gallagher end, they suck the ball in the net. That's what they want. That's what they demand. And Arsenal, it was as if they just didn't know what was going to happen.
You've got to say as well, though, Newcastle's pressing. You're thinking to yourself, which is why I said, at some stage you're going to have your time. They did not give us any time, you know, to keep up that level of intensity. And we've seen Newcastle early season. We've mentioned it, Al, how many times you've said no intensity, no drive, no commitment. That's totally turned on its head, because for the whole of that game, Newcastle gave not one Arsenal player a moment's time on the ball for them to try and get themselves going. And if Arsenal want to get to the levels they're going to get to, they're going to have to play in that kind of situation and get a lot better doing it. So, like I say, I hope it's a learning curve for them.
Time for this, Steve. Long time.
I know.
It's just a shame that
we've watched many a game of this fixture together, and you have suffered, Alan.
Just a bit. Just a bit.
So, tremendous scenes back behind here with all the families and the players getting pictures. Before we get to the goals, we were just saying it's in stark contrast. It's night and day, isn't it, from the previous regime?
It's a different, transformed football club, different area to what it was 6 months ago, a year ago, 10 years ago, when Mike Ashley had the football club. I mean, for such a clever businessman, it's just a cry and shame. He didn't understand. He just didn't read the room. He didn't know what Newcastle was about. He just didn't have a clue of what to do. Because scenes like that make you appreciate for what it is as a football club, as an area. The whole area lives and breathes football. It's their life. So for someone to come in and not get that and not understand that, but then the new owners coming in, and it is chalk and cheese. It's incredible, the change. It's a happy place. They've got their club back, and you see scenes like that with the players there, all the families, and responding to the crowd, what they're giving them, and they just want hard work. And that's they got that tonight. They got that for 90 minutes. That's all they want. That's all they demand. The little bit of quality within the game or extra bits, but they just want hard graft. They do the same as what they do every single day to earn their money. It's amazing.
But Arsenal again disjointed there in the way they conceded that.
Well, yeah, even that, there's a couple of opportunities to clear it. Maybe Xhaka could have cleared it. I think Ben White steps in, and he should have held his position, made it a little bit more difficult. But I think again it comes down to experience and being in that kind of atmosphere and like I said, stay calm and do the right things. You needed proper performances. We didn't get them because the mistakes they made, they were punished. And we didn't have tonight anyone playing well enough to get on the ball and make something happen to turn Newcastle, get them on the back foot. I don't think any Newcastle defender at any stage felt under any kind of pressure. You know, Martinelli came on and done a little bit, but like it wasn't enough. It was a bit too late for him. But yeah, it's a bit disappointing. But like I say, you know, they're gonna learn a lot from this season, and you hope that next season they get the kind of backing where they can then get something from what they've learned this season.
Okay.